大家好, bienvenue. I'm Jim Schneider, and this is Shanghai A-Z, a video series on daily life, culture, and travel destinations in Shanghai, China, and the best kept secret on YouTube. Please tell someone about this series. Please. On today's episode, we'll discuss my hands-down, 2 thumbs up favorite neighborhood in Shanghai, the French Concession. It's one of the reasons that Shanghai has been called the Paris of the East, and it has a certain je ne sais quoi that I'll do my very best to say quoi after a quick word from one of our sponsors. So you're out there looking for love, hoping to meet that special someone with whom to create that happily ever after love story. But you're coming up empty. And your friends, if you have any friends, they keep telling you, don't worry, there's someone out there for everyone. Or that other time-honored favorite, there's plenty of fish in the sea. But is there someone out there for everyone? And aren't a lot of those fish subsisting mainly on diets of assorted plastics, prescription drugs, and hastily discarded cocaine? Have you ever stopped to think, hey, maybe there's no one out there for me after all. Maybe I just don't deserve to be loved. Maybe I was born to die alone. But how can I know for sure? Well, now there's a way, thanks to Romantec, the first and only app that tells you honestly if you are worthy of receiving enduring, unyielding, romantic, and emotional love from another human being. Romantec uses cutting-edge blockchain technology, advanced algorithms, and a series of fun, in-depth surveys to evaluate your appearance, your physical health, including fertility and virility, your personality, intelligence, emotional availability and stability, chemical dependency, violent, psychotic, and/or addictive behaviors, financial circumstances, and career prospects, as well as your overall life experience, including past traumas, and your projected life expectancy, in order to determine whether or not you're fit to be loved. Romantec begins processing your answers immediately so that within seconds of completing the final survey, it's able to tell you definitively to either keep looking for your romantic partner or just give it up already and quit wasting everyone's time, especially yours. But of course, Romantec believes people can change and therefore offers exciting annual subscriptions so that users can update their information once every 3 months and potentially receive a different verdict. Romantec also believes that everyone is valuable regardless of their level of lovability or the lack thereof, and that's why they promise to sell your personal and private information to interested third parties. Whether it's alone or with someone else, Romantec will be there to help you be the author of your happily ever after story. Enter the promo code Schneider/happy ending for a one-time only negligible discount on Romantec. Je suis désolé, mes amis. I lied to you earlier when I said that the French Concession has a certain je ne sais quoi about it that makes it unique and special in Shanghai. The truth is, I know exactly what appeals to me and countless others about the French Concession. This charming, expansive, tree-lined neighborhood is filled with boutiques, cafes, bars, restaurants, villas, and historical architecture that'll make you say, Mon Dieu, sacré bleu, quelle belle, où suis-je, je ne parle français, qu'est-ce que je dis, et plus. It's got gorgeous, lively parks, entertainment venues, cultural spaces, and more than its fair share of ambiance. And as one of the preferred neighborhoods among expats in Shanghai, it also has real live French people, as well as folks from all over the world, making it probably the premier spot in the city for close encounters of the international kind. Now, you might be wondering how this neighborhood came to be. However, you don't have a lot of time to find out. You've got places to go, things to do, and other videos to watch while you do them. Good for you, you're multitasking. And you're in luck, because I'm about to squeeze around 100 years of history into a nutshell. So here it is. After the First Opium War, the British coerced the Chinese into allowing them to carve out a self-governing territory known as a concession. Other nations followed suit, and from 1849 to 1946, the French government controlled their own territory, known as the French Concession. While the other foreign-controlled concessions, that is, those belonging to the English and the Americans, would eventually merge their territories into one international settlement, the French were happy to continue to go it alone, together. Over time, the French Concession expanded in size and was populated with a number of residents from other nations, including well-off Chinese citizens. The Japanese invasion of Shanghai in 1937 was the beginning of the end for these international settlements. Initially, they were left alone militarily, but a Japanese declaration of war in 1941 led to the surrender of the international territories to the Japanese. Then war, and war. And after Japanese surrender in World War II, the French concession finally came to an official end in 1946. From the end of World War II to the present day, the French concession has been able to maintain its European look and feel, with much of the architecture still intact and the same French planes still lining the streets and providing shade for pedestrians, cyclists, and motor scooterists. But Chinese locals don't tend to refer to this area as the French concession. That's more of a guidebook designation used by visitors. The French concession, or former French concession, more accurately, lies primarily in today's Shuhui and Huangpu districts, and locals are more likely to associate the architectural and cultural gems in those areas with their current districts, rather than the former territory of their colonial past, which is understandable. After all, this area hasn't been controlled by the French for almost 80 years. That's nearly 80. But whatever name you use to describe it, there's plenty to see and do in the French concession, from visiting tourist hotspots like Tianzifang or Xintiandi, which we'll cover in later videos, to finding trendy places to eat, drink, and shop. But my favorite thing to do in the French concession is to just hop on my bike and ride around aimlessly, taking in the architecture and soaking up the atmosphere, people watching, and then maybe stopping for a coffee to fuel up for more aimless wandering. It's truly one of the most fascinating neighborhoods I've ever explored, and if you have the opportunity, I'm sure you'd love it too. And you know what else is fascinating and fun? That's right, adventure sports. Picture yourself rafting along the rapids or soaring through the open sky safely and comfortably like a bird, or feeling the rush of adrenaline as you jump off a platform and plunge towards the earth, only to be rescued at the last second by a strong and secure bungee cord. Woo! Sounds good to me, is what I imagine you're probably saying to yourself. And you're probably wondering where you can sign up for such an activity. I'll tell you. AscendiaSports.com is the premier website for booking adventure sports activities around the world. With Ascendia Sports, you can sign up for a wide range of activities like the aforementioned rafting and bungee jumping, as well as paragliding, scuba diving, skydiving, and more. Visit ASCENDIA-SPORTS.com today and choose your adventure. And don't forget to select Jim Schneider A to Z in the How Did You Find Us section when you book your activity, because that's part of the adventure. And one more thing. Did you know you can watch another Shanghai A to Z video on this same topic, but in Chinese? With subtitles in your choice of Chinese or English. It's great to watch if you're learning Chinese like me, or if you're just Chinese language curious. There's no law against that. Look for the playlist Shanghai A to Z (Mandarin) on my channel and watch any of the videos that appeal to you. Watch them all. Like them, share them, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more engaging content on Shanghai and world travel, culture, and other stuff. Because subscribing to my channel costs you nothing, but it means everything to me. Thanks for watching this episode of Shanghai A to Z, and I'll see you next time. Au revoir. Bye-bye.